station for the oppressed. TV station for the hopeless. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, station uniting the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. It is God's own television, TV station that changes sinners, TV station for the oppressed, TV station for the hopeless. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, station uniting the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. It is God's own television, TV station that changes sinners, TV station for the oppressed, TV station for the hopeless. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, station uniting the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. It is God's own television, TV station that changes sinners, TV station for the oppressed, TV station for the hopeless. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station.
Hello and good morning to you, beloved viewer. How are you doing? How was your night? How is this morning going with you? Happy 72 hours. We are live here and you're watching Starcross television. On your screen is the Morning Star Breakfast Show. Before I go forward, I would like to introduce some of my colleagues. As you already know, I'm not doing this alone. I am here with two beautiful sisters. On my left, we have Sister Joy Dambo, aka JD. How are you doing, Sister JD?
Good morning, Brother Oku. Good morning, beloved audience. Good morning, Sister Unique Tabot. And of course, I am doing very well. I'm doing fine. Thank you so much, Brother Oku. I'm doing very well. Good morning, audience.
All right, and happy 72 hours.
Happy 72 hours to you. It has come to that very moment, that very season. You know, it's always 3 times in a year. This is the first one for the year. And some people always say, if I don't do this one, I will do next year. If I don't do next year, I will do. That's how the whole year will run to an end, and you will end up not doing any one. But whichever one, I'm still gonna wish you all happy 72 hours out there. And I hope and I pray the Father gives all of us the ability, the strength to carry this, journey to the very end. I know that a lot of people have been anticipating. Most people will be at home, sitting down, watching. They want to see what is going to happen on the screen today, and we hope not to disappoint you this morning. Yes, so thank you so much for that, Okun.
All right, thank you, Sister JD. On my right, we have Sister Stella Tabot, aka Unique.
She's
Tabot.
looking like a rich man's wife this morning. This rich auntie vibes.
Yeah. And the dress and all.
That's what I'm saying. Rich auntie vibes. Good morning, Sister Stella.
Good morning, Mommy Stella. How are you doing today?
Yeah, maybe, Mommy Stella, ma. Your Excellency, ma.
Okay, good morning, Brother Oku.
I feel like you really like that, Your Excellency.
It's not a bad name. It's not bad at all.
How are you doing today?
I'm fine. Good morning, Brother Oku.
Yeah.
And good morning, Sister JD.
Good morning.
And to our amiable audience, good morning to you out there. Happy 72 hours again, once again. Hope you've packaged, you've packed, you've turned your pot upside down. You've just like Sister JD said, it is that particular season again. Stop procrastination. Do not procrastinate. If you don't do this one, I'll do August. If I don't do August, I'll do December.
Yeah.
That is procrastination. And then you end up not doing any one for the year. So please, be that very good child of the Father.
All right, thank you so much, Sister Stella. As you already know, as you already have heard, we've kickstarted the 72 hours already. I know most of you may not know what 72 hours means. Like some of you watching us are just a passerby, so you may not even know. And don't worry, be chilled. We have some of the best people here on set, and they will do justice. I know Sister Jedi will do justice to that. But before that, yesterday we had a beautiful show, and it was amazing. There was lots of contributions, even though we could not read all of them out from our YouTube channel. But don't worry, today is not going to be any different. In fact, today will be...
We are sticking to the YouTube, please. We want to stick to the YouTube. Please drop all your comments and contributions. Call us in. Because we have a lot of interesting things to talk about. Today is a spiritual day. We are going spiritual.
Right?
Yeah, true. We're going spiritual. The period already is spirit filled. Yeah. Wherever you are on earth is spirit filled. I know. Our Father doesn't make any mistake. Like when He chooses a period, it affects the world, like the whole universe. Because I notice every Thursday, it's not the same anywhere. Like every Thursday, if you notice, Thursday doesn't look like any other day. It looks like itself. It's just spiritual, whether you like it or not. You cannot mistake Thursday, even if it's another person. If you meet another person, you don't see them giving Thursday a Friday vibe or a Monday vibe. It's when he says this day is spiritual, it sticks like the world over. So he doesn't make any mistake. And before I let you go, I would love to give Sister JD a chance to explain to you what these 72 hours mean. Most of you just 72 hours. There's something we are doing in this period of time. So I'll give you a little time to have fun, Sister JD.
Yes, okay. It's not like we are having fun here because, like I said it earlier, it's a spiritual day, and we tend to keep it that way because we cannot make it a different day, or we can't just bring fun all through for today, because every day has its purpose, its significance, and so on and so forth. Honestly speaking, 72 hours in Brotherhood of the Cross and Star, it's a season, it's a period. We undergo 3 days dry fasting. Why we call it 72 hours is because it's a 3 day dry fasting. Now we are talking about dry. I think almost those of you that have come across us, most times we talk about 72 hours or dry fasting. It happens every year, 3 times in a year. Comes up in April. Okay, this is to lead us to the April Pentecostal. It comes up in April, comes up in August, and comes up in December. So we do 72 hours every quarter in Brotherhood of the Cross and Star. And this once in a while, even the scriptures say sometimes it's good to, suppress the flesh and of course hand over yourself to God. This is the moment, this is the season. All BCS members, if you're a BCS member, I'm sure you all know that every 72 hours is to keep yourself clean, keep yourself away from things that are not worthy, things that are not of God. Keep yourself spiritual. This is the moment you hand over yourself. All the sins that you have committed, throughout the previous week, this is the time for you to pray for forgiveness, for you to commit yourself, go into the wilderness, like they would say. It's time for you to be buried and resurrect again after 3 days. Now, in the process of doing this 72 hours, best is always advised you be in the Bethel, you stay in the Bethel, or if you are a working person, you can as well do your 72 hours, go to work as well. But you need to avoid things that would make you to say unworthy things, unworthy words, things you're not supposed to say. You're not supposed to abuse people this period. You're not supposed to render curses on anybody this period. You're not supposed to say anything negative to anyone. Avoid temptations, avoid things that will lead you to what would I put it, to defile your fasting. You understand? So you need to be more spiritual. This is the period you let. How many of you have read your Bible? Like throughout this year, I don't know how many of you have been able to open your Bible and say, let me communicate with God. This is the season you communicate with God. So in Brotherhood of the Cross and Star, 72 hours is a 3 days dry fasting. It always starts on a Tuesday midnight like this. Sorry, on a Monday midnight, which is 12 a.m. on Tuesday morning, till Thursday midnight, leading to Friday morning. So it is a 72 hours journey. So some people say it's not possible. Some people say none business. Until you try it, you never know that it's possible.
Right.
I think that time we used to do 3 days dry fasting, small. You do 6 to 6. But in as much as we are talking about the 72 hours, there are people, if you are determined, you say you want to do this thing, there are people that have not done 72 complete. There are people that have not done it before. And I can tell you that the day you put your mind to do it complete, 3 days without distraction, you will be so proud of yourself.
So
when people are talking about 72 hours, you'll be like, you see somebody that have not done 72 hours before and somebody that is consistent in 72. Those people don't brag too much. People that do 72 hours every time, they don't. But if you see somebody that has
done it just once.
Now this is this person in the midst of people that maybe have not done before complete, and then among all of them, he or she is the only person that have done 72. When I started my 72 hours journey, madam, which journey did you start? But then it's a good thing. You'll be proud of yourself. Right. You understand what I'm trying to say? Even that you feel fulfilled that I was able, I succeeded in doing 72 or more. I used to think I can't do it. I used to think, but when you put your mind, all you need to be doing is to pray for the Father to give you the ability to carry the 72 hours to the end, because sometimes as they will always say, it is not of him that runneth, but of God that showeth mercy. So in as much as you feel like you're boasting that you can do it, I can do it now, it might shock you that in the first day, you know, of that 72, the way you'll be so weak and tired because you're challenging, you know, instead of seeking for grace, instead of seeking for mercy, you want to challenge, you want to, you know, you want to be proud that you can do this thing. You can't do anything without God. So in as much as you're saying you can do it, when you say you can do it by God's grace, you can do it, but
Now
it's
you're
not
talking.
to boast. So in this period of 72 hours, try to be humble, try to avoid problem, use your tongue positively, because this is the moment everything you say, you know, becomes, you know, valid, solid. So everything you're saying, make sure you say it positively, so long as you are observing the 72 hours. Now, Father has also given us the ability, the grace, you know, to also do the one that we can carry. I mean, for a starter, it's always good to start small. You can do 6 to 6, you can do 2 days, you can do 1 day, you continue 6 to 6 and another 1 day again. It happens, it works. So sometimes if you feel like it's too difficult, try doing 6 to 6 today. Tomorrow you now see, let me see if I can do, you know, 1 day. Or better still, some people do 6 to 6, 6 to 6, and then they do 1 day. Some people do 6 to 12, 6 to 6 the next day, and then they do 1 day. You understand? So, but whichever one that God
But
gives
I don't
you.
know, please, sorry. Do you know that some people do 1 week?
Who does 1 week?
I've seen somebody that does 1 week.
72 hours. Sorry,
This-
it's 1 day, like full.
1 week.
Yes,
Bro,
breaks on
okay.
Sunday. I'm serious.
Brother,
No,
okay.
I'm serious.
I have not heard of that though, but I don't know. I feel like we shouldn't tempt God. If God gives us, if God say we should do 3 days, I mean, why would you go straight up doing 1 week?
As human
Like
beings,
you are what? If you are what? No, because we are mortals, and then God is immortal. So are you comparing yourself to God that you are immortal?
Well, I
or
wouldn't
what?
say he or she is comparing them. I've not done 1 week, to be honest, before.
If
I've
you
never tried.
say 40
Length.
days length, which is
No,
6 to
not
6,
length.
so,
I'm telling you, not length. This man, let me tell
have
you.
you seen, did you see the person?
Yeah, I'm a stationer. Like, I'm no more a stationer actually, but in my station, I've met, I think in like 2 stations, I've met people that they will start normally with everybody and refuse to break.
What are they trying to prove?
I don't know. But to be honest,
Well, maybe as the spirit directs.
there's 7 days. Say that the father what there's one man. He said that the first day he tried doing 72 hours, that the father came to him and asked him that his own is 7 days. So, and you cannot discourage them, right? Because you don't even know exactly why everything is done in the spirit. So.
Right.
This man just, and everybody's breaking. The father have given order that we should all break. Why are you disobeying the father? So one day I just like tempted him and be like, why are you disobeying the father? The father said 72 hours. Why are you? He said, I understand. See, I have a special connection with the father. It's all right, sir. So no problem. I encourage you. So, but now on Sunday, he breaks on Sunday. Yeah. I think he breaks on Sunday. So, please don't forget to mention those. There are very few, but as we are listing the category of people that do 6 to 6, 6 to 12,
see,
please.
I have not witnessed.
Please.
I can't mention that because
Please.
even no, bro, I cannot mention what I've not witnessed.
Right.
You understand?
Please.
I only know of these 3 days I'm talking about, which the only Father taught us, and we also have Lent, which is 40 days. 40 nights fasting. We also have the Thursday fasting. We also, so I don't know about the 7 days, brother Oku.
No, there is no 7 days.
Exactly.
No, what I'm saying is, no, you
Okay,
are
the
See,
category of people.
People, yeah. You know, when you say,
I think
and
that's
for some
like,
of you that are doing 6 to 6, some of you that are doing 6 to 12, there are some people
okay,
out there
some
that
of you that are doing
taking
7
it over
days.
the board.
God give you the grace. May the Father give you the ability. But as for me, I don't think I will exceed that 72 hours 1 minute. Once yeah, no, actually it does happen. I'm just exaggerating. But yeah, once it's 72 hours, you know how headquarters, sometimes we even stay more than we extend up to 73 or so. But then 72 hours is 72 hours. You don't add, you don't subtract. If you can't, yes.
No, you shouldn't. No. What I'm saying, I'm not saying anybody
Yes,
should
well,
go past 72
those
hours.
of you that have the ability,
Not even the ability. I think some people have the ability, but some people, it's not. I think it's not ability. I think it's like their decisions. It's not because they have the ability. Because
Now, your
one of these
decision,
person actually is late. In fact, that's why I didn't want to give like the full story.
okay,
Like one of them is late.
in the process.
Actually, in the process.
Honestly, you can't challenge God like that.
Until in the process.
He has seen this body here. Have you seen somebody that is doing? Okay, fine. I think as at last quarter that I participated in the complete 7. Even people saw. There's somebody that says me that will say, "Joy, you're fasting," because sometimes we tend to do this fasting for different reasons.
Yeah.
Right.
There are a lot of reasons why people do 72 hours.
Yeah.
And last month, I personally had a reason. Oh, sorry, last month.
year.
Last quarter, I personally had a reason for doing that 72 hours. And to my greatest surprise, it didn't work out.
Okay.
Honestly speaking, it didn't work out for me. But I'm sure Father used it to do something else for me. Because I felt like, oh, let me do this 72 hours for this particular. I don't want to say the reason because it's kind of embarrassing. But then I did it for a particular reason, and that reason did not come to pass because I was thinking and hoping. I'm like, this 72 hours will help me, because 72 hours tends to make you trim down. You get to lose weight
Yeah.
at some point. You understand? And I was like, okay, another, at least if I even do this 72, it will also help me to, cut down. And there are people that will just stay 2 days in this. You will see them, their body will come down, their eyes will enter inside like this. It will show that this person is even if I decide to extend to 4 days, I don't think I would have seen any changes. Because I think at some point, people Stella was asking me if I was really doing this episode. I just laughed. I said, God, what is going on? Because other people will do this episode, and you will see
it everywhere in their body.
Mine is, I don't know. But then, we thank the Father. So I feel like
The Father gives the ability.
yes.
Actually.
I feel like if you have a purpose, you can still do it for your reason. And only you knows why you're participating in the 72 hours. But it's a spiritual exercise. So anything you're doing this period, let it be spiritual. Put it in prayers.
Yeah.
Everything you want the Father to do for you. Some people only stay like this. They don't pray. You stay, observe the 72 hours. But Tuesday to Wednesday, Wednesday to Thursday, and you're not praying. You're not praying. I mean, once it's 9 o'clock, you're supposed to pray. Once it's 12, you're supposed to pray. Once it's 3, you pray. 6, you pray. And that's how it goes until the last day. So don't just starve yourself and say you're doing fasting without prayers.
Right.
So it doesn't work. Fasting without prayers doesn't work. It's like you starving yourself. So what is the essence of fasting when you are not praying? I think I've been talking too much, really, actually. So,
Okay, no, you've not been talking too much. Haven't you been enjoying what you're saying?
Right. Why not?
All right.
Stella also has a lot.
Yeah, I know she has a lot, and
Yes.
definitely, and you must have a lot actually, Stella, because I'm coming at you with one question.
Okay, I'm
But
listening.
before that, I would love us to hear a little from some of our members on the YouTube channel. Please, if you have anything to contribute, just come up here and drop it on the YouTube channel. I will just so that we see.
Yeah,
you.
what has 72 hours done for
Done
you?
for
I
you.
think it's something we really need to ask.
Right.
Sometimes people do 72 hours and
For a
miracle
purpose, yeah.
or maybe there is a particular purpose. Yes, like I said earlier, that you're doing this for. Did it actually work for you? What is your testimony about 72 hours? Call us in, share. Let us share. See, sometimes testimony strengthens. I wouldn't say sometimes it strengthens other people's faith. So when you have a testimony, when you have something that God has done for you, maybe in the process, in the in the purpose of doing this fasting, this particular thing happened, it's good to share. When you share it with someone, when you share it with people, it strengthens them, and trust me, you're dragging somebody else to God, because in the process of doing that, somebody else will want to do it too and say, okay, you see if this thing actually worked. I saw a video skit where somebody just went, there was a heap of sand, and then the person jump in, and then people were sitting around, and then when he went there, he started digging the sand, and he removed money from the sand, and then another person again came in, dig around, and removed money from the sand. Now the rest people that were sitting down around jump into the heap of sand, because they thought that there's money buried there, and then they started looking. Why am I saying this? Now the testimony you give will strengthen somebody else's faith, and be like, oh, if this thing actually worked, why can't I also do it? So please feel free to share your testimonies with us. What has 72 hours done for you so far? Don't forget, we are also, preparing ourselves for the mega events that is coming up, divine numbering of the elect. So prepare yourself to be numbered at the end of the day. We have already identified ourselves with our powers. Use that as a tool. If you find yourself in one way or the other, you're not doing the right thing, the powers you identify yourself with, this is the moment for you to put all of that in prayers. Maybe you don't have faith. This is the moment, as you're doing your 72 hours, you align yourself with that. If you don't have self-control, this is the moment. And some of you that picked, all of you know, those of you that picked holiness, this is the moment, this 72 hours, everything in this kingdom is spiritual. And if you want to be looking at it in a physical way, you will be left behind. So every spiritual activities that comes up, don't joke with it. Follow it up. Make sure it aligns. Everything you are doing, put it in prayers, So please share your testimonies with us. What has 72 hours done for you so far? Has it been able to help you from accidents? Has it been able to help you from this? Has it been able to cure your ulcer? Because some people say, when you have ulcer, you cannot do 7. I know of somebody that has ulcer, and she doesn't miss 72. Sometimes we used to be like, you're not supposed to be keeping yourself hungry, and as it stands, this person does not experience ulcer
during this time,
even during this time or ever again.
Wow.
Like she doesn't feel pains of ulcer. It doesn't come anymore. It doesn't disturb her, because she doesn't mind. Even when the ulcer is disturbing her, she want to fast. She said, no, I cannot, though. She will not miss it. So sometimes people have testimonies, with faith, because you cannot be doing fasting without faith. You need to put your mind in whatever you're doing, and believe that it's going to work for you. Okay, so everybody has a purpose. What is your own purpose? Let us share, let us communicate. We are here because of you. So join us in this discussion. Share your testimonies. We'll be here to read out all your testimonies, your experience, 72 hours. What is your own experience, your first attempt to do 72 hours? I think I would like Brother Oku to tell us his experience. Brother Oku, your first attempt to do 72 hours, how did it go?
My first attempt.
Eh.
I can't even remember my first. I've always been doing 72 hours. No. I'm serious. I used to be a very serious Sabbath. That's what most people don't like. I, even before becoming a 144, like before the father decided that I was going to serve as a 144, I used to do 72 hours as a Sabbath.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So, and I actually did want to say some of these things later. I've experienced so much. In fact, there've been so much testimony. But there's one I would love to share now, before maybe the ones I had since. But there is one that is actually in my mind to share now. Actually, it's a testimony. I think while I was stationing at Abashobori Bethel, one of my family members, I would not love to really describe, had a case in court, and actually it was all on me. Like, I was the one trying to see how to get him, and the person was in custody, and this case was in court. The case was the person against Commissioner of Police. He was arrested on the road and stuff like that. So it was like a small case, but before we knew it, small case became big, and it was just growing and growing and growing and growing. Yeah, so, and it got to a point that we got scared that this guy or this person, my family member, might actually be thrown to jail. And so, but he was still kept in the police custody, and this was like going, and the police let us know that they don't keep people more than 1 week or something.
Okay.
That if it exceeds 1 week, they have to send him to jail. Like they have to send him to Afukang or so. Yeah, then he will still be going to court from there and all. So they collected his car, they collected everything, and funny enough, he didn't really have faults in the entire situation. You know how this whole country is like, you don't really have a say that much. Whatever they want to do to you, if you don't have somebody, they actually does it to you. So I was always going. We hired so many lawyers, and because there was not a lot, like much money to pay some of these, like some of the very best lawyers. So the case was just lingering, and the commissioner of police will not come. The police that you had the case with will not come. What will happen is, the case will start, the judge call, and they start reading you versus commissioner of police. Where is the commissioner? Nowhere. And then maybe sometimes a government lawyer will be there, sometimes they're not there, and they'll just be like, hey, bang, bang, they'll just postpone it, nobody's there to talk. So you are just, the person in custody is still in custody, like the case is just not moving forward. So I tried to appeal, I spoke with so many lawyers, and in fact there was nothing I could do. And I prayed to the Father. Then it came to a period of dry fasting, and it was approaching 1 week. Like it was almost 1 week. So there was this one young lawyer I met around the court premises. So he asked me, call me anytime, anything, just call me. I would look into it, and I said, okay, thank you. I started calling him. We started talking. So what happened was, I think the last day of dry fasting, actually didn't really, although I did pray throughout, but actually didn't really do this dry fasting because of that. Although I was a stationing priest in a particular, so I don't have any option. I just have to do it and conduct and do all those things. So I just was doing everything I was supposed to do. And then towards the day of breaking, I was sending some people to get me coconut, and also I was just trying to gather things I'll be using to break in the evening. Then I got a call, and this young lawyer called me and was like, my friend, how are you? Now, throughout the dry fasting, I did not reach out to them. And now, you know how these people postpone their cases? They had postponed, I think, he was in police custody, and they postponed just once. I think they postponed to like a month or so. Okay. And a month, he cannot be, those people say you can't keep him more than a week. After a week, they'll send him to jail. I know that's Afukang, that prison is not like a very good place, and good people are not.
No, it's
there.
not a good place. It's
So
not. You don't need to use the word not like a. It's not a good place.
Alright, so and I was just devastated that, oh, this is going to happen, and this person is like, is a family, and this is ours, and I mean really, I don't know, directly responsible for this person. I'm like supposed to come through no matter what. I don't have like any options. So I did pray, go to try to beg people, but then that particular, the end of that dry fasting, I didn't even make any call to this guy or something. So the guy called me. I was like, Pastor, how are you? I said, we're trying. And he said, can you come to the court? Can you come to mention like the place, the court premises? I say, I'm not sure I'll be able to like. But say it's important. The judge wants to see you. I met with the judge. I discussed with him. So I actually did tell him your story, how. So he actually wanted to see you in person. So I was like, oh, okay. That's so I just jump on into you. Anyways, you could see because I was actually weak. But when I heard that story, you may not really tell. You it's just slim, but I went straight to the court. He took me back to the chambers or wherever. So we met with the judge, and the man was like, "Oh." And this was kind of fun to me actually, because I never knew I would be able to, like, you know how you see judges, they are always just somewhere up there. And I was really young at the time. I think I was like 18 or so, 18 or 19 or something. So yeah, 18. So meeting with the man, he was like, "You're very young. What did he do to get into the?" I'm like, so I could not even say anything. So I could not even explain. And he was like, "Okay, I'll see what I can do." So we discussed and amicably settled. In fact, that was the end of the case. And he was like, "Okay, tomorrow is what. Tell him to come tomorrow. We'll revisit the da 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 da." So I didn't even know that that was possible. So the next day, Friday, after breaking, I called. They did all what I needed to do. They brought him to the court. Blah blah blah. And that was the end of the case. Like the man just.
As the thing was roaming around until 72 hours.
I'm telling you. So the man was just like, case with against commissioner of police. The other person started with them. This my young lawyer just explain and say some of those things they do best and blah blah. The guy, this case has been closed. Like he dismissed the case immediately, and it's not every day you see cases get dismissed just like that. If you don't just do anything that takes you to court, it's not a very good environment. So, and he dismissed the case right there and said, they should get him his car, they should give him this, they should give him back this, and give him his freedom. Like from there, I took him home. From there, before then, I think they had ordered the car to be in the court premises. So he actually sent some people to go and check if the car was in good condition. I didn't even know that they have to check if it was. I mean, what did I care? I just needed this person out. So, but they had to make sure the car was in good. Like the treatment was something I never imagined. It was almost as if
never expected.
So there's so much, to be honest. Like, and there's also like some other testimonies I would love to share, but I will just chill for now. I'll just chill. I know Sister Stella.
Yes.
I know Sister Stella.
Stella has been cooking a lot.
There's so much comments on our YouTube channel, so I would just love to read a bit out so that you all know that we acknowledge you. We know that you are here. We'll start from the top. We have Sister, I don't know if this is Brother David Ayesan. Perfect peace all. We have Sister Ruth Obu, happy 72 hours dry. And we have Brother David Ayesan again, happy 72 hours spiritual exercise to all creations of God. And again, Father bless you all. We also have one and very only Sister Gladys Uyebo. Happy 72 hours dry fasting to all children of Abba Father the world over. Kudos to Starcross TV for beaming life to the entire world. And then we have Brother Prince Essien. He made a comment. We see you. We also have Sister Gladys again. Happy birthday, dear 144,000 Virgin Sister Lucy Mike. Ufoma. Do you know this one for? Okay, this one for happy birthday. I actually don't know you. Try to identify so. The Holy Father has blessed your new age. Many more blessings and breakthroughs ahead of you. Age gracefully. Enjoy your special day. We also have Pius Uba Dublin. Peace of the Father to all the Father's children and happy dry fasting. We have Anna Rina, thank you, Father. And she has a question actually. She says, I have not done 72 hours, but can I do it while walking? Can you do it while walking? I think after that, one of the sisters will take care of that. Then Sister Gladys Oyebo again. Thank you, most merciful Father, for the unique period of purification and sanctification. We are indeed the luckiest of all generations to witness thy divine reign and glory. That's all. If you look at the screen, there is a number somewhere on this scroll bar. You can call that number. Call us in if you can't type, so you tell us what are those things that you've experienced while fasting. It may not even be the 72 hours. Anytime, anything that fasting have actually done to you, call us to let us know your testimony. What do you have? What do you think can inspire me or anyone out there that is watching and listening? So I think that's all for the YouTube channel. Sister Stella, what do you have to say? And answer to this before you make your own
the
comments.
answer. What's the person's name again?
Anarina.
Okay, Sister Anarina. The question is, she has not participated in dry
Yeah, she
fasting.
said she has not done.
And she
but
really
she
wants
can
to
do
know,
it.
yeah,
While working.
while she's working. Yeah.
Sister, you're very free to do it while working. You're very free to do dry fasting while working. But the thing is, during dry fasting, we are always open to temptations.
Yes.
That is, you cannot avert temptations this period. But what it takes is for you to pray for the enablement to overcome all of those temptations. You can go on fasting while you are working, while you are in school, wherever you are. But see how to, just like Sister Jedi said, see how to keep yourself away from anything like, the kind of things you say, the kind of things you do. If possible, just space yourself from things that will defile the fasting. So it will not look as if you just went on an empty stomach, like you're hungry and you're just having. Because if you are fasting and you're not praying, and the spirit is not like the spirit of the fasting, if the spirit of God is not in you, you're just starving. You're starving yourself. So to answer the question, yes, sister, you can actually go on fasting. You can actually go to work with the fasting. You can actually go to school. Wherever you are, you can actually fast. But see how to work in tandem with the things that goes with dry fasting. See how not to associate yourself with those things that will defile the fasting, so that it will not look like you wasted your time totally. So I don't even answer the question.
I think you have. I think you have. Sister J, did you have anything to add?
No, Sister Stella have said it all.
Okay, so your
Sister, is it Anarina? Yes. Yeah. Like my colleague said, you can do your fasting any day, anytime. You can participate. Like I stated earlier, that when you do 72 hours, you will be proud of yourself.
Right.
There is this upliftment, there is this relief you will have, there is this joy, this fulfillment you will feel inside of you. It's just for you to be determined. If you want to actually do the 72 hours, you need to avoid places where you see food. You need to avoid, because that's the truth. Let's be
Frank. Yeah.
Frank. Yeah. When you want to do fasting, the moment you keep associating with people that don't fast, you will definitely get tempted.
Yeah.
The moment you stick around where they do food all the time, there are some people that can actually fast while even somebody is there eating in their front and they don't mind. Those are people that
are very used to it.
They have mastered the whole process. So you as a beginner, you're not. These are the things you avoid. Avoid places that you'll be tempted to break your fast. So all you need to do is most times just get yourself engaged, get yourself busy with something that would connect you to God. Either you're reading, either you're singing. Just get yourself distracted from food or anything that like Stella said, you're working in an environment where you see people which temptations cannot be skipped or cannot be do away with. So but they will come, but the ability for you to be able to overcome them is your determination, how you want it to be. If you say this is what I want, you are going for it, and you pray for the Father to give you the ability. Always be consistent in your prayers. First prayer you should be thinking of all the time is the Spirit of God to be in you. When God's Spirit is inside you, He will be able to help you to overcome your challenges, overcome all those temptations that will come your way. So participate in the 72 hours, even if you can't, or maybe you never thought of starting, and so long as you still haven't taken anything this morning, you can join. Follow in the race, and you will not regret it. Trust me, you'll be proud of yourself at the end of the day if you're able to do it.
Thank you so much, Sister JD. We are going to go on a short break, but before we do that, Sister Stella, you've not given us
your quotes. She always have a quote. I mean, we can't do without it.
Oh, my quote, the Father's quote.
Miss EGC.
Okay. This is 72 hours, so I was like thinking, just maybe
we let it slide.
We just let it slide. But Brother Oku is always there. He's just always there.
No, we can't let it slide. I mean, it's the word of God.
Okay. Oh, okay. I'm gonna drop the quotes of today from the Everlasting Gospel as usual, volume 1, chapter 83, from the theme that says, "Each creation of God has its specific assignment." Each creation of God has its specific assignment. I cannot actually read that out because I was particular about verse 47, but I
Yeah.
can't actually read that out due to some circumstances.
Okay.
So the thing is, what that actually means, what I understand, yes, there is that you as a person, you have a purpose why you were created in this world, to this planet Earth. You have a purpose why God actually sent you to this planet Earth. Some persons are always asking themselves, I don't know if me myself, I'm always asking myself, God,
What is
what
my
is
purpose?
my purpose on planet Earth? Like, there are some persons that are very, very talented in stealing. There are some persons that are talented murderers. There's so many persons are talented in one thing or the other. Singing, praying. Some persons can pray for like ever.
Can somebody be talented in killing or in murdering?
I do.
Because I don't know.
I don't think we
like,
should dwell
not
on
the
that,
talent.
but
I'm
true,
not,
yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
just.
Yeah.
I'm not the talent per se. You understand? But if what I'm trying to say is a purpose. Is a purpose. Maybe you're being sent to actualize that purpose. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes,
You're
yeah,
being
I
sent
get
to
you.
actualize that particular purpose. So like the purpose of singing, those I can actually attribute that to talent.
Yeah.
You understand? So what I'm trying to say is everybody should actually know. Ask yourself. Ask, like in this period of dry fasting, you should ask yourself, what is my purpose on earth?
Oh.
Let God actually lead you. This is the path where this is a period where you should ask yourself. You should commune with your God. You should communicate with your God. God, why did you actually send me to planet Earth? What is that very purpose you sent me? What is that work you sent me to come and do here on planet Earth? So that is what that thing is trying to say. That is what I understand by what that theme meant. You understand? So this period of dry fasting, the 72 hours, is when you should ask God this particular question. If you don't know, most persons they know. Most persons don't know. I don't know. Me myself, I don't know. I'm still asking God. God, why did you actually send me to this world? What is that purpose? If Father, please use me, and I just pray it should be for a good cause. Because God can actually pass through somebody and do something negative. Yes, it happens.
It happens.
God can pass through someone to do something good, and can also pass through someone to do something bad. But who will be tied that person that God will pass through to do something bad? You understand? So that is just the purpose. God actually created that person for that purpose. So you should use this particular period to ask God the purpose He sent you to planet Earth. So that is my quote.
Oh, that's heartwarming. I think this quote is very touching and beautiful. What do you think?
Well, I honestly speaking, it's actually, I think it's something that sometimes we've once talked about, knowing your purpose. And even in Foreigner, I think it was deliberated on extensively.
Wow.
Yes, but now I think bringing it back here again, this is to remind you, because sometimes most people don't really know why they are actually walking on this earth. Some people just want to follow people. Earlier before Nabroku said, hey, some people are here to escort others. But I believe that if maybe you are here to escort other people and
That's
you're
your
doing
purpose.
it very well, maybe that's your purpose. Honestly speaking, because Sister Stella, to be very frank and honest here, if you want to look at our purpose, sometimes you will not know. Broke, I don't know why, I don't know. I think you want to say something. So sometimes you may not know your purpose, but if you look at the things that you're doing well, and you know that you find it very easy to do this particular thing, you do this thing with ease, no stress.
You're very comfortable.
And you're very okay, and you do it and it comes out very well. What if that is your purpose? And just maybe that is not really your purpose. Maybe there is something else that you can even do way better that will impact on other people. Because sometimes you might actually do something and it doesn't have any positive impact on someone else. Would that be your purpose? Could that be said is your purpose? I think everyone's purpose should have an impact on someone or something. So if you're doing a particular thing and doesn't have any impact on anyone, maybe we sitting down here, I'm sure maybe our purpose is to one day, our script was written that one day we are going to sit here and be telling you or reminding you of your purpose. Maybe this is our purpose. Our purpose is to remind you today of your own purpose. What is the essence? Why are you here? Why did God create you? This is the question you should ask yourself. Like Stella said, these 72 hours, you should use it. Pray for God to be able to reveal that thing that you're lacking, to reveal those things that God has given you the ability to do, but you don't know how to do it. Some people are very gifted. They can sing, but they cannot write.
Yeah.
They cannot write, compose songs. Some people can. I know a very good composer, but he doesn't have the best voice at all to even sing. You know, that's somebody impacting. He has been able to write song for other people to sing, and it has impact on other people. So whatever it is you're doing, if it doesn't have any impact, a positive impact on someone, and if you know that the impact that your purpose is creating is not a positive one, maybe you should try changing it, because I know that there are people, like Cecilia said, there are people that are destined for negative things. Maybe this is why they are here. But whichever one, we always pray for God to give us the ability to always do the right things, you know. So you can use this dry fasting to pray for God to change that negative purpose for you. Because God can only change, it is only God that can change the destiny of man and no one else. And if you feel like your destiny or your purpose on earth is not coming out well, it's not okay with you, this is the moment, this is the season for you to pray about it. I'm not going to dwell too much. I think Stella has more, to talk about on this particular purpose of
okay. Purpose of a topic.
No. I feel, because I like hearing. Stella has more knowledge on most of these things, because she reads the Everlasting Gospel
end to end,
back to back, and I pray God gives me the ability to be able to be reading it. See, sometimes, now I feel like it's because she has been branded. There is not how they will brand you for a particular product and say you are the ambassador without studying that particular thing. You understand? So your purpose has been fulfilled. Your purpose is to reach the Everlasting Gospel and bring it out to the people. And I thank God for this platform, because I think this is one of the best platforms to have to display or to pour out those words of our Father that has been written down in the Everlasting Gospel. And Sister Stella, Father bless you so much for always coming up,
coming through,
bringing things from the word of the Father to you know what it means. I pray to own an Everlasting Gospel one day, and I mean, I
can
don't
actually
have.
own it
I can't lie.
on your phone.
Okay. I think after now.
Yes, you can actually download.
Don't worry, we'll help you get it
immediately after yourself,
now.
Including
I
yourself,
have mine.
because
I have it.
if you had it would have been very easy for me to read it here.
Okay, so I don't know if we have is there procedures in case of people out there too that would like to download the Everlasting
Just
Gospel.
the way you download other apps.
Okay, so you go to your Play Store.
Yes, you search for it.
You can do that now.
Okay. Yes, so
you go to your Play Store, you download.
What do you search for?
Search for Everlasting Gospel mobile app, and then you see it's there. You download.
And and that's it.
Volume 1 to 3 is there for you.
Wow.
Okay.
And then for free.
Oh, really?
Yes,
nice.
for free. You're downloading it for free, but reading it, to open the app, you need your data to open the app.
Okay.
Of course.
Yes, but if you need the hard copy already, you know where it is. Yes. 4th floor Green Building. You go there and then you get a copy for yourself. It is
I see Everlasting Gospel Volume 1. Okay.
This is it here. Yeah, this one. Yeah, that one.
And I
the
install.
Everlasting Gospel.
Okay.
Just like that.
And
Simple.
That is it. And that is it.
And you have it.
So please, if you also do not have, it's good to learn the Word of God. It's good to read the Word of God. And this one is not, you're not just reading the Word, you're reading it directly from God. These are words directly from the Father. So get yourself, engaged this period. Try to do something. Go to your Bible, open your Bible, read. You know, sometimes when we come to the hall back then, we always come with our pen and paper to write
jot
Father's
down
gospel.
everything.
Right.
How those gospel that you've written down years ago, have you been able to
We still do it
revisit?
now. We still do
Yeah,
it
have
now.
you been able to revisit them? Those Bible verses that Father brings up every Sunday, how many of them have you gone back to read?
visit.
You know, sometimes this, if you are not always, you know, spiritual, if you don't always engage yourself, this is the moment. There are a lot of people out there watching us at this moment, and I know that there is something that you want the Father to do for you within the 72 hours. Pray about it.
Yeah.
Make sure you are in positive communication with your God at this very moment, and you don't just communicate. You need to put your faith in God. You need to believe that He's gonna work for you. So don't just follow people. Don't do it because people are doing it. Do it because this is what you want to do. Do it because you are determined. You believe that it's gonna work for you. So that is that's how it's supposed to be. So make sure that you're engaging yourself this period more spiritually. Sing songs they say always move God.
Yeah.
Sing it day and night. Sometimes you can express yourself through songs. You can communicate with God through songs. When you sing and sing, God will be like, my daughter, my son, what is it? No, tell me your problems. I want to solve it right now. You understand? So that's how God works. He works in a miraculous way.
Okay, so thank you, Sister JD, and I hope you have the Everlasting Gospel.
Yes,
installed.
Yes, you have. So you should
I
also
think
do
I've
same.
downloaded
I
it.
have the Everlasting Gospel.
You have it already? Okay,
I-
that's okay. Okay, you have the hard copy.
No,
Or
I
the
have.
soft
I have the soft copy. I also have one hard copy.
Okay, that's a good one.
Uh,
So we'll see how to also encourage others to do same, and then to create the awareness before time. During this mega event, some person to be moving around to help people install this app in their phone. So in case you meet someone, brother, could you have the app in your phone? If you don't have, someone will be there to assist you. If you have, also see how to tell someone,
Yeah.
see how to teach someone. There are
How
some
to use
persons
it.
ahead. I don't know how to download, how to use it. So
It's a beautiful one. And what time is better to read the Everlasting Gospel than this time that you are purifying yourself, that you are
Yes.
purging yourself? In fact, I don't think there is anything more that you can read than the Everlasting Gospel this time.
yeah.
It's apart from praying, reading the words of God is I don't know how to measure it. It's immeasurable. It's something normal words cannot really explain. So wherever you are, whether you're working, whether you are in school, you know, we actually have been doing fasting. Like some people have done fasting going to school. That's why I really love that answer. You can do your fasting anywhere you are. Just make sure that you are in sync with God. And what better way can you be in sync with God than praying and also reading your Everlasting Gospel if you don't have any other thing to do? Also, singing is a beautiful thing, but if you are working, please don't really go and disturb people. Although some of them may like the singing aspect, but if you're working, try to see how you can read your Everlasting Gospel more than singing, so you don't disturb the environment. That's on a very lighter note.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but Bro Oku, do you know? Okay, I've actually, their audience,
Yeah.
the love audience watching at this moment, I have actually downloaded the Everlasting Gospel app,
Wow.
and I can tell you that it has a lot of interesting features in it.
Wow.
Now, if you need songs, I mean,
You're right.
This-
Can
this
even
is-
watch
this is-
Star Cross.
this is beautiful.
Yeah, you
Yes,
can watch
We
we
Star
have
Cross live.
BCS hymns inside the Everlasting Gospel app.
Wow.
We have fathers' addresses, like a lot of them, different address. You can check any address you want to listen to. You know, anyone at all, they are all there. You know, for all the Pentecostal fellowships and so
Wow.
on.
I can see the list is very long.
Very
It's
long.
there. It's there. If you had
Comprehensive.
missed
And
out
you have
on
videos
any,
also.
we also have anthems, brotherhood anthems that have been recorded. They are all here as well. We also have spiritual choruses from our artists as usual. All those ones that have been recorded. I am just going through it. It's very interesting. This is the period, this is the moment. Just get your phone, download the Everlasting Gospel
And enjoy
app
yourself.
and have all of this, with a sleight of fingers. I think we also
Enjoy
have
this fasting.
See, this is interesting. This is interesting.
Wow.
So please
Stella,
get,
you've done noble.
and then yes, I think it's important. And then get yourself all the topics, you know, in Everlasting Gospel, what you need to know. Any gospel at all. For those of you that are in station, you know, any gospel you would like to talk about is here. Sister Stella, how much are you going to pay us for this advert we are doing for you? No, this is us advertising your brand. How much are you going to pay us?
Okay, I think we'll talk about that when we're going to.
You discuss with the board. You discuss with the board.
We'll discuss with the board. Yeah, so please get yourself the Everlasting Gospel and get more of the spiritual aspect of this fasting. Get yourself engaged spiritually more. I mean, all the songs, a lot of songs are here, you know. So please, I know that a lot of people are downloading it. Go and download it. Just go to your Play
Do
Store.
it now.
You will see it. Let me show you the logo you're going to see when you want to download it. So it is easier for you. It is easier. I think, I don't know if you can see it clearly.
Click it in.
Let me click. I think something like
Okay.
this. Yes.
But it's going to be white actually.
Yes, it's going to be white, but this is the logo.
The logo.
Let me just. This.
Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah, that's it. That's
So
it.
I don't know. Please, cameraman, do the me. This is what you're going to see when you want to download. Please don't download something else. This in particular is what you're to download, and you're going to enjoy all of that. You know, Play Store and then Apple Store and so on and so
All right,
forth.
can you?
Stella, why are you smiling like that? I don't know. You see, she looks amazed.
Yeah, she's happy.
No, I'm happy that you are like you. I don't know.
You know, don't worry. You know our word night
Yeah.
now. In case it drops, we need to see behind the stage. All right, thank you very much.
Okay,
I think we're
thank
to go on
you.
a break.
Yeah, we will go on a short break now. But before we go on that short break, please, there's a little thing I wanted to say on
Okay.
your quotes.
Okay.
I know we've like talked for so long, but it's beautiful because it buys you time. If you've ever done 72 hours, time is the
Right.
slowest this period. They say time goes fast. No, not this time.
Not when you're fasting.
Not during 72 hours. During
You know,
72 hours.
see, that is the
Time
spirit
is very
of
slow.
that is the spirit of temptation. That is the spirit of temptation, because now if you pay attention more
On time.
on the fasting, you will not remember
Yeah,
that
you not
time
remember
is
time.
not going or is going. You understand? Because
When you
I
pay
can
attention to
remember.
time,
If you want to pay attention to, like, that means you're literally not fasting.
Fasting.
you will
That-
sleep by 9:30 and wake up by 10. And be like, what?
What is going
I thought
on?
I've slept for one day.
You are not fasting, my dear. You are not fasting. You are starving yourself, because the moment you keep turning to look at what the time
The
is
clock.
saying, the only thing you should be thinking of is to set your alarm for the 4 hours.
Yeah, and I
routine,
love the
you know.
time. The time will disappoint you. So whenever you don't to look at it, the time,
No, that's the only time. That's the only time you just set it. You know, your 2 hours.
Yeah, 3 hours.
3 hours
Prayers.
prayer interval. So you just know that after 3 hours, so you just set your alarm instead of going to be looking at the time every time. When will this? It's 3 days, so you should forget about time.
Right.
Don't even think of time.
let your body do the work. Let your body
It's 3 days.
keep time.
So you
Don't-
know that you should be looking at the days. When is Tuesday coming? When is Wednesday coming?
Yeah.
When is Thursday coming? It's the days you should be thinking of, not the time. Because if you want to look at time, that is you starving. That means you're not in spirit. You're getting distracted. And at this point, you can easily do anything. You can easily break your fast. You'll be like, you know, that spirit, that two voice. One will say break, the other will say
Yeah.
no, don't break, my son.
And the loudest
Do it.
one saying,
Don't do it.
This one will say, don't worry, there is always time. You can always do this fasting. Tomorrow is
Yeah,
there,
that's
next tomorrow
true,
is there. The other one will be like, my daughter, my son, you have started this journey. Don't allow the devil to use you.
Yeah.
You said I will say, what devil? We have this thing, it comes up every quarter
Right.
in brotherhood of, and it's gonna stay for everlasting to ever. So if I don't do it this year, I will do it next year. That voice is always too loud. Increase the volume of the one that will tell you, my son, do it. My daughter, do this.
You said you were going to do
You
this.
Yeah.
said you believe. You promised that you were going to do it. You don't know what the father is going to use this fasting and for you. So stop looking at the time. Don't listen to bro. Stop looking at the time. Don't go and be checking the time, because once you start checking the time, that means you're not in spirit. You're not fasting. Okay.
All right, so that's on a very lighter note. So I wanted to talk about the topic of purpose. It's a very beautiful topic, but I also wanted to try for us not to confuse purpose and talent, okay? Because you may not have any talent. I don't know, but some people do have talent, but they don't know they actually have
talent,
it,
yeah.
and you've not discovered. So let me not use you may not have a talent. So you may not have discovered your talent, but you can still actualize your purpose. You can still fulfill everything. Now, purpose to me, I think, is everything that was written about you. Like everyone has a story. Actually, everyone has a story. Whether it's you sleeping in the house from morning till night, that's your story.
That's the purpose.
That's how you want your story to be written also. So between you and God, there is an agreement. There is something you decided that with God that, oh, this is what we are going to achieve. Daddy, you said you've promised me this. This is our agreement. And all of us have that relationship. All of us have that deal with the Father. And most of us call that deal our destiny. Although destiny also is very different from purpose, to be honest. Destiny, to me, I think, is the peak of what actually you were supposed to become. Like, when you hit that level that there is no place to go. Some people say the sky, but God goes higher than the sky. Like God enter the sky and then just keep going and keep going. So but we cannot compare ourselves with God. So your destiny, you can achieve it when you've hit that part that, yeah, I cannot go more than this. Thank you, Father, for helping me fulfill all of this. Then now purpose is beautiful. Purpose, in fact, just like Sister JD said, what we are doing here is part of our purpose, because in the later future, some people will say it was written that we will do this, and that's why we are doing it. In fact, you watching us right now and doing whatever you're doing at the moment, it was written that you were going to do that at this particular time, and that is why you are doing it. And what better a time for you to find that, just like Sister also Estella also said, it was written that the Son of Man will die, but woe unto him. I don't know if you've ever heard of that portion here. Woe unto him on which through him the Son of Man will pass away. But it was written, like if you listen very, like it was, everything is written, like whatever you will do, whatever you think you will dream, somebody have dreamt of it before, someone have done it. So whatever you think you are going to be done, you will do, has already been written some time ago by the Father, by you, by whoever. But woe unto him that through you, the Son of Man will die. And I want to break that down to our day-to-day life. It may be written that somebody else will die or something bad will happen to somebody. It may have been written about that person, but woe unto you that through you, that thing will happen to that person. Because most people say, it was really, I'm just a thief. I think, what if God called me to be a thief? That's why I'm stealing, thief. So, and you pride yourself on this particular wrong side of the history. If it was written that you will come and rob and steal from people, no problem. But woe unto you that through you somebody will cry. You understand? Woe unto you that through you tarnish someone's destiny. Some people carry somebody's bag and they think they are only stealing money, but sometimes you don't know that person's credentials, that person's future, that person's visa, that person's something very important was in that bag and you took it. And the person is not crying because of the money. The person is crying because you have taken the person's future, the person's destiny, the person's precious thing away. And you are there, you just go get whatever the small money was, and then you throw the bag away. And you think that it was written about you that you will be stealing. My sister, woe unto you. I just pity you. My brother, to be honest, you will get your reward as always. Right. Father has made sure that there is reward for every single thing that you do. So on every account, on at every time, I think this is the best time for us to communicate with God. Just like that topic I've said, what's the best time for you to find your true purpose? Your purpose should not always be to harm someone else. Your purpose should not always, even if it was written, try to beg the Father, and that is why He is God of all. Is the Bible says He's the author and finisher of our faith. Is the beginning and the end. He's the only one that can change your destiny, that can change your purpose, that can paint your future. So if your future was to become something reckless, and you are seeing yourself becoming reckless, and you've given up that, it was written about me, I just have to kill people. No, you have the Father is on earth, and today you can call Him, you can talk to Him today, and trust me, He will always come through. And He can change that path for you. He can paint something more beautiful for you than just being that Judas, that through you the Son of Man will die. So I think I've said enough already. Okay. So without anything, no, that we still have much. We still have a lot to stay. So we'll go on a short break now, and when we come back, we'll bring to you another wonderful segment. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
My name is Godwin Joseph Ide. Hello? My name is Godwin Joseph Ide. Okay, I teach physics in NDA. So I was given this topic. He gave me the topic to come and discuss how to be a successful entrepreneur. So I was asking, what do I know about entrepreneurship? I'm a scientist. And just as we heard the professor say that everything is mathematics, well, maybe to an extent, yes, everything is mathematics. But we only have what we call philosophy. Actually, physics and the sciences in general starts as philosophy, just a way of thinking. Just think, how can you think better? Just, so mathematics just came as a result of the aspect called logic. So I was given that topic, I was confused, I don't know what to say, I was just okay, let me just try and gather some materials and see what I can do about it. But when I came here and I saw with my two-naked eyes what the women presented outside here, I said, yeah, this is entrepreneurship. And the people who made that presentation are called entrepreneurs. I was, carried away by the way they show so much utilizing what they, produce, the food, soap, the cream. I remember these are basically things that were presented and quite good efforts to really commend them. That is, in fact, I don't even know what to say again, because what I have here is just theory. But don't worry, my theory is to encourage some of the character and entrepreneurial exhibit, so that you will be able to do your business in a very successful way. That's exactly what you did here. Really so I now begin to understand why she gave me that topic, how to be successful as an entrepreneur. So, what are the skills that you need? I don't need to elaborate on that because I already showed you. Even though, yes, I'm going to give an outline again. Just when you do something without, being able to explain how you did what you did, we now are scientists, and as language again, linguists try to summarize all the movements, the talk, the preparation, and every time. So, this stage you did this, and this stage you did this, and that stage you did that. So, as an entrepreneur, one of the key things you need to do, or first, what is entrepreneurship? You don't want to go into abstraction. don't want to begin to speak too much English that nobody will text, what do you call it, dictionary, definition of this. So I'm not going to do that. But when you talk about entrepreneurship, what we think of is business, doing business. But entrepreneurship go more than that. More than that, there are certain other small things you do, which you may not think is business or entrepreneurship, but it is. And anybody that practices entrepreneurship or does business is not a business person. Simply that is what entrepreneurship is all about. Just being a business person. So what are the basic skills you need? You need to be determined. To be determined. That is, make up your mind. This is what I really want to do. Okay? It doesn't matter the inconveniences, whatever. This is what I want to produce. How do I learn how to produce so that I can, improve my economy? Okay? You didn't say it here. To improve the economy so that not every time you're asking for that. Sorry, I don't know how to do it. So you have to, you really have to target. Okay? So we call the first character of entrepreneur is determination. That's character. Then, now, do I go into what? I'll give you the paper. So I don't know if you begin to read except if you want to go through what I will do. I don't think it's very necessary, except where I feel I should go on. Then the second one is the ability to take risks. In the preparation of that soap, if you do not do your calculation very well, they talk about calculation here. I think we need to. The professor was talking about index finger and all those things. But why don't I just say this way? Forget about the names of the fingers or whatever. If you can't remember, I don't say forget. I say if you can't remember, all you need to tell yourself, which 6, when you say 6 is how many times greater than 5? How many times? 1. Is it 1? You bend it. Assuming 6 times 7. 6 is how many times greater than 7? That's all greater than 5. 1. So you bend that 1 here. That one is tens. Okay? That's 10 tens. That is say 10, just say it's 10. Then 7, I will need 6 times 7. 7 is how many times greater than 5? 2, you bend 2. These bend ones, the bend fingers, the 2 bend fingers, these 2 and this 1 is how many? 3, that's 30. Because they're all 10, 10. 30. The erect ones, the erect fingers, how many? Here is how many? 4. 4. Here is how many? 3. 3 times 4. 12. 12 plus 30. 42. 7 times 6. So you can't remember index or whatever, you can do that. So I have to digress in order to clarify that issue. Okay, 9 times 7. I think that calculation was done here. 9 times 7. 9 is how many times greater than 5? 4. Then 4 fingers. That is 40. 7 is how many times greater than 5? 2. 20. 40. How many? 60. Direct ones. 1 times 3. How many? 3. 63. You see the other way. So if you can remember index, you have to remember that this is greater than 5. This is how many times you get this straight. So now back to our entrepreneurship discussions now. So we say that the first one is determination. You have to determine. I give some heuristics here how what to enable you to really down to earth and pursue it what you want to do. So the second one I said is risk taking. Okay, because if you cannot take risk, I wanted to give the example of the preparation of soap. In that preparation of the soap, if you don't do your calculation very well, the rest of the whole thing, you not get the right texture, or sorry, the feeling, or the tenderness of So I need to throw away that one and then start all over again. So you get the whole thing. It's quite practical aspect of it. Then you have to be optimistic. What do we mean by being optimistic? Most times when people say optimism, they mean to be positive, that the thing will work. But it's not necessarily so. You know, it's about believing that things can work for the best. Okay? Believing that things can work for the best, that is being optimistic. Not just like being positive, no, we believe. Well, you know, sometimes you may believe that something is there, but it may not really be there. But then it's just faith. Yes, we must have faith in that. So being optimistic is more or less like having faith. And so that you will not give up. Now the fourth one is curiosity. Yeah. I said curiosity kills the cat. I don't believe. Like curiosity, even if it may kill the cat, maybe the cat makes a mistake. Going the wrong way. But you have to be curious. You know, you may have maybe the two women trying to prepare the same dish, assuming which one did I say? The actually, but the woman prepared in a certain way. Another one will come and say, no, why don't you do it this way? But because we think we are competing with her, I say, no, I don't want to try that. Maybe if you listen to her and try it and improve the quality of your message and all that. So sometimes you need to give yourself, if it is your enemy that is telling, or sorry, your people that is telling you something, okay, let me try this. So then the fifth, what I have there is problem solving. How do you solve this problem? Those things that solving a lot of problems. In making that so, that's solving a problem. The economy hardship is such that people have to now think inward. Okay, what can I do? If I cannot buy a piece of, say, Joy soap in the market, what can I do now to still have soap in the house? You know what I mean? So, as part of it is an aspect of being an I mean, that you have to embrace every problem that comes, you try to see how you can try to increase your income or whatever. This, so that the economy will not bite too hard. So the fifth is a problem solving. So if you love solving problems, that probably has something to do with why you got into business in the first place. You must love how to solve problems. You must love it. If you don't want to solve problems, if you cannot solve problems, if you hate solving problems, if you want others to solve problems for you, then you cannot go into business. In fact, to me, I look at it as if somebody, I had an experience yesterday, couple having a misunderstanding, you know, that this is saying this saying that. I said, no. See, the reality of life is it doesn't matter what the other person does. What matters is how you respond to the person. It's your response. You know, there are two attributes every human being should acquire, and that is either you are responding to a situation or you are reacting to it. If you react, it's conflict, you fight. But if you respond means responsibility. You are taking responsibility. Whether it is your fault or it's not your fault, but your responsibility means to respond to that person. If I'm saying something which you don't understand, you need to just pay attention to me, understand it based on how I'm saying it, not how you want me to say it. Okay? So these are still aspects of solving problems. So as an entrepreneur, you should have such attitude to life too. And then there's the confidence. You should have confidence in yourself and what you are doing. You should believe that yes, this will yield the right result and it will help you economically. As a business person, if you don't have confidence in the product you are selling, I'm telling you, even the buyer will be wondering. Because if I enter your shop and I say, give me this, what can you do to me? What if I eat it? What will be the result? And you cannot say, okay, this. Sometimes some of these malams that sell things and they use loudspeaker and be growing like they may be selling rubbish, but they tell you that it's going to do this, it's going to cure this, it's going to do this. You just have confidence in what you do. And then the seventh is adaptability to change. The world is changing. There was a time, if you have to be a business man or woman, you must have a shop, a visible shop, that everyone can see. Food you prepare there. I go there, they have a restaurant, I go sit down and eat. But these days, with internet, with WhatsApp, Facebook, YouTube, and all that, you don't even need a physical structure here. All you need is to advertise what you want, what you produce on Facebook, on WhatsApp, say so. When somebody order, you just go prepare something. You may not be your kitchen in the house. You can sell. You know, these days we buy things from abroad. We can't even go in the shop. Just by using credit card and all those things. Buy. So you have to adopt to modern way of doing things. I must say no. It must. This is how my grandparents do it. So we must do like that. What do you call? I think it's our tradition. It's our culture. I don't know. That's what to say. It's our tradition, and so it must be that way. If it is not that way, no, it's not going to work. Even the what do you call it? The making of soap. You can just put your advertisement on WhatsApp, especially since the church WhatsApp. Yeah, this also so. Somebody will come and say, where is the shop? There's no shop. Just in your room, somewhere in your house, more deliver the goods. So they must learn how to adapt to changes. And then, the last but not the least, you must be persistent in what you do. Not doing something today, producing soap today, tomorrow I come to your one soap beside which I don't have. That's discouraging. I won't come back there again. So whatever you start, you must be persistent, you must, even if at the beginning, really, it's not yielding much profit, but you must have confidence, you must be determined. You're not going back. You must take risks, yes, there may be ways and all those things. So that persistence must be there. So those are 8 basic characteristics and an entrepreneur should at least develop himself and adapt. Now, having listened to these outlines, practically, how do you establish a business? Already, I've seen many do that, but there are certain step-by-step ways of establishing their business. I will not go deep into that. I'll just read them out. But I have a paper that I was developing that contained details about those steps, which I didn't have much time to. In fact, when I was printing out my system coloration, the print and had issues with the thing. I decided to just summarize the work and say, let me just present this. So, what are I'll just give you brief on steps to take to start a business from scratch. Sometimes with almost no money. Sometimes you do that. So, what are those steps? Know yourself as an entrepreneur before you start. You must know your strengths, know what you can do, and what you cannot do, what you have the power to do, and what you don't have the strength to do. It's not just going into business, just gambling. No, it's not gambling. Okay, so you must really see this is what I have is going to do. It's not all of us that have the skill to start business from the scratch. Sometimes you need to learn some of the characteristics as I okay. Some people have, especially like my Igbo brothers, even then, you still have to be a boy to another before you. Okay, so you know yourself as an entrepreneur before you start. Now, if you now have made up your mind the type of business to go into, like making of soap, cream, or cooking of food, and having a restaurant or whatever, then now we start generating new ideas. Okay, new business ideas, how to go about this business. Then research the validity of the ideas. If you go to a place where there are the whole street is restaurant. It's funny to say you want to still go into restaurant business. You get it? So you have to do research and find out where locations where the business can really strive. Huh? So you have to do some research. When we say research is not only for academics. Those of us sitting on a chair and table and writing demographic structures and things like that. Even ourselves, sometimes we don't understand. No, research means going out to find out the locations and the possibility, what people really need, what people within that area need. Huh? So then, creating an initial business plan. You must have a plan for your business. When you create a plan, it does not mean that that plan must work, but at least for a start, you stick to it until when the situation or so reality down on you, then you begin to adjust the plan. Then setting up the right legal structure for your business. Right legal structure, what does that mean? See, depending on the type of business or whatever business, I know there are some countries where those hawkers along the road here are being taxed. Government collect tax from hawkers, those who hawk food along the road. But in Nigeria, many parts of Nigeria, all over the country, something like that. So there are some laws that guide certain businesses, not all businesses, so which you must know. Okay? If you want to own a company, if you have a restaurant and the restaurant has started growing, then you may be required to register the restaurant with the Corporate Affairs Commission. Okay, I'm using restaurant now at this level. Any other, if you want to be a how do you call a soap maker? I don't know. They don't have any other special name to be a soap maker. So, you know, the soap you produce is just maybe for a local consumption, but if you know how to bring it out, sell, you may be required to register that company. You may be required. So you have to know those things that are involved. Then, understanding your financial, accounting, and tax obligations. Okay, I mentioned about the tax, but the finance you have, the money, what volume of money do you have to start up that business? Not every business that you need a million. Some businesses you can start with even 10,000 naira, as low as 10,000 naira. Some businesses, depending on your capacity. So you must understand your financial and accounting and tax obligations. Protecting your business from a legal and disaster perspective. This is the one that is very difficult now. People hardly do that. That's insurance. Going into insurance, insuring your business in case of disaster. People no longer do that here because there's really nothing much in the financial market. I think the insurance companies are already folding. Well, I still do insurance. I think I operate about two insurance firm. So if you're in business, you have to, depending on the business, you have to insure the business. So that in case of disaster or whatever, you'll be able to. So having an insurance means depositing some money either on monthly basis or yearly basis to the insurance company. So okay, let me put it this way. I know many people will not believe me, but this is what I used to tell those who others can hear, that insurance means this way. Let me take life insurance, for example. I will tell you, I will die next year. The insurance company said, no, you will not die. Okay? So I keep on putting my money there. If I don't die next year, the insurance company wins. They get the money. If I die, I win. So if you have to, I think there's a Bible that you have to save your life, then you must lose it and those things and all that. I think something like that in insurance, but it is not really gamble. It's not really gamble. It's just to save for the training day. Okay, that's why you need an insurance for your business, depending on how big the business is. Not just having a small eating joint and then you say you are doing insurance. Those guys will just go with your money. Okay, so creating an identity for your business, including building a brand and a website. These are for bigger businesses, creating websites. And like you have Mr. Biggs and all those ones, your website, but I won't tell a local woman who is just trying to make things smooth. It's a small business to start any. But of course, I mentioned this. One of the things I mentioned was what? Adapting to changes. So, adapting to changes means giving a brand to your business, and that means creating website for it. You may not need to create website, but something like WhatsApp, group, and all those things you can have. Those are still part of it. Okay. I hope I'm loud enough. Yeah, because one of the things my students complain that they don't hear me very well. Okay. So getting your business essentials sorted out. Getting your business essentials sorted, including setting up internet and stationery and all those things. Internet. Funding options for starting your business, including investment, grants, loan, and more. Sometimes people collect loan to start business. Okay, people collect loan. Don't be afraid of collecting loan if you are really determined to go into business. Sometimes banks, because that our financial institutions are becoming a big problem, big headache. Even after paying off the loan, they still say that you owe and all that. But then I have to collect loan for a family member to start a school, a small school. So then that's not a problem. What a big member will need. Then devising initial marketing strategies. I'll just read one minute. Building your initial team, including recruitment, management, and company and all those things. Those are just getting staff to work for you. So, and then starting now, somebody will ask, I'm a government worker. Can I still do business? Yes, of course, that's the answer. You can still go into business. You can reserve the time for business 3 hours. If it goes maybe by 4 or whatever, you can start talking about this shop and whatever, So you can still do business while you're still in government service. Nobody suffers as long as it doesn't disturb your work. As long as it doesn't disturb your work, you can still do business. So, my dear people, these are essentially characteristics and the step-by-step method of how to establish business. I will not say, can you start business now? Because I've seen that many of you are already into business, already entrepreneurs. And I pray that your business will be very successful.
Thank you, sir.
So I will make the paper available for the details later.
Yes, thank you. 3 cheers to the Holy Spirit. Thank you, Prof, for the wonderful presentation. And after this presentation, many people don't think of what to do. Abi? Me, I want to do soap. I want to do soap. So, Prof, Father bless you for coming and educating us on how to be successful entrepreneurs. We know that this has gone down well in us. And most of us here, we are started thinking, I like to go to the bank to get loans. Whatever you get, let's do something serious for ourselves. You know, Lord Jesus Christ. So we are happy to have you. And at this point, we want to make a souvenir presentation to the Prof because I'm aware he's also in a hurry to go back home. Thank you, sir. So you can come forward, sir.
In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, God of our Lord Jesus Christ, forever. As others were not sent. So this time around, this men that will join me in presenting my state admin, please step forward. State bishop, please step forward. State admin, Kasina, please step forward. And you represent Kano State admin. Step forward. Let's present this over. You're very lucky, Prof. In your own case, Mama has given you the soap to go and check. You have the soap and the Vaseline. Buying fragrance, in fact, you will go back. Yeah. So, on behalf of Calcutta Women's Fellowship and Kaduna State Mansion of Blessedness, we present. Then?
Yeah.
Okay. How?
I beg section again.
Yes. How is that?
No, you saw him. All of them will join him.
Okay, so we present this souvenir to you.
Thank you, watching Starcrest Television, and on your screen is still the Morning Star Breakfast Show. Before we went on that short break, we did a summary on a topic, what is your purpose? That topic was derived from the Everlasting Gospel by our one and only Miss AJC. As you already know, I'm not doing this alone. I'm still here with two beautiful sisters, Sister JD and Sister Stella Talbot, aka Unique. And we're already ahead of time, so I would just like us to run off with everything. You've not missed anything. Everything is still on our YouTube channel, and you can always go back and watch them as you want. So, Sister JD, please, can you give us a little?
And to anticipate for the mega events, we all know it's just in 2 weeks from now. I think 13 days, we've already started the countdown. Today is the 13th day already, and we have just few days to go, just a week and 6 days. So yes, get yourself prepared, get yourself ready, and make sure you come for the mega event. I mean, it's something that no one miss or would want to miss. And of course, we all know the choristers, get yourself prepared. I'm sure you're already learning your new song, that the Father had approved earlier. So please, I urge you all to get yourself in spirit. It's still the 72 hours. We here, we are done for today, and tomorrow, of course, all tunes crew will be again next week.
Alright, thank you, Sister JD. That was beautiful. Divine numbering of the illness is still just at the corner, and I know we are all ready. Are we ready?
Yes, we are ready. We are ready. We are ready.
We are ready. Alright, so and I hope you're also ready. I know you're coming wherever you are. Make sure you find yourself here in Calabar. So, Sister Stella, please, can you give us a rundown of today?
Okay, rundown up today.
Just a summary, everything.
We are out of time already. It's already
Yes.
10:30, and then what the rundown? We talked about.
No, just your summary. You can say thank you,
everlasting
Father.
gospel.
Sometimes.
Okay, we talked about the dry fasting, the efficacy of dry fasting, the importance of dry fasting, what you've actually achieved while undergoing the dry fasting, and what you should do, the do's and don'ts during dry fasting, and then the quotes concerning purpose of each God's creation. Everybody as an individual, you have your own purpose where God created you. So you should use this 72 hours journey and then beseech of the Father, beg of the Father to show you your purpose. So that